Hi, I'm Plami, and in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reaction to the TMNT. Hi, I'm Plami, and in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 series. Specifically, I'm gonna be reacting to Season 1, Episodes 11 and 12, called Mauser's Attack, and It Came from the Depths, respectively. And yeah, I actually figured out a name for this series that is not a generic cartoon reactions name. I came up with the Nostalgia Strip because it's pretty much me reacting to cartoons from the early 2000s, which I'm nostalgic for, so I think it really fits. Hopefully you would like it as well. But before we get into the reaction, there are a few things that I just want to quickly say. First of all, if you want to see a full-length reaction of this show and all the cartoons that I'm reacting to, you can get that by going over to Patreon. At one of the tiers you get full-length reactions, which would require you to have your own video file, but you will be able to hear the audio and watch my reactions to it. It's just not gonna have any footage of it because it otherwise gets claimed or blocked. And also, I want to apologize for not uploading reactions to TMNT in so freaking long. It's not my intention, but I think it was in between the last episode and this one when I started going and taking driving lessons, which is the main reason why I haven't really been able to do a lot of videos actually in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. And as I said in the last video, these kind of videos, the reactions ones, the cartoon reactions ones, take the most amount of time and effort, and I tend to ignore them until I've done every other single video because they are much easier to do. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try not to take as much time between the next episode, this episode and the next episodes, but I can't really promise anything. I'm just kind of busy. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to get into this because I do enjoy reacting to these shows. So without further ado, let's get into episode 11, Mauser's Attack, in 3, 2, 1.
Competition is an excellent motivator, but not when it turns you against each other.
Well, they're fighting all the time. Why is it such a problem all of a sudden?
Okay, I'll take Doc.
You will take Raphael. You two must focus on working together, not competing with each other.
Okay, so me and Raph against Mikey and Donnie. Isn't that a little unfair?
Wait,
Hey.
what are you trying to say? How can I put this gently? We're way better than you guys.
I mean, to be honest, they're not wrong.
That's what I meant.
Oh, fine.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Oh, so when they're working together, they're so much better.
Yame.
Well, you were right, Sensei. Working together is fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
So, the truth comes out.
You guys think of us as some kind of B team.
Good one, Dr. Namenstein. We'll call you the B team.
I mean, they're not wrong. Even I, as a kid, I always thought like that Mike and Donnie were the weaker ones who needed help most of the time. I guess this show being more self-aware and jokey has its advantages to at least calling out certain tropes and things that people have thought about the Turtles.
They had an important function. The Turtles?
What's up?
Hey, didn't they beat you up like a few episodes ago?
Great! Coming through!
You even saved Donatello. I mean, not Donatello. I think it was Leonardo.
Let's get out of here!
You punks stole a phone from a friend of ours. We want it back.
Dexter Stockman!
Baxter Stockman.
Stockman! That was close. So, you're here to stop me again. Well, you don't stand a chance against my mousers.
Well, they're not mices, so they should be fine.
Underground search, excavation, and retrieval sentries.
seems a little forced.
Since my test robbery was successful,
Yeah.
it's time to move on to bigger targets. These are about to make me very, very rich.
Well, where did you get the money to make all of them?
Very hurt.
Cop out.
Or we can make them think the place is on fire. We'll need a smoke machine, an orange light. and
Wait a
some
little
fire
longer,
projectors.
you're not gonna have to call
Operation
Raph and
Burnout.
Leo because they're gonna
Or
just
we
show
could
up.
find the breaker box and shut off the power. We'll need, nothing.
Operation Blackout. No lights out. No power out. This one's too good. I can't handle it.
Are you gonna take a shower?
Whatever this stuff is, we'll just wash it off. Ah, cold!
That ought to do it.
What the fuck do they sound like cats?
Of course, we could call Donnie just to say hi.
So it's funny. Both teams need the other one, but for different reasons. That goes to show that they work the best when they're all together.
Use my T-phone to hack the CIA computer system, then reroute a satellite over the building and focus its beams to give them all splitting headaches.
Operation Spaced Out.
That's when you go in.
Guys,
wearing a
you're
tinfoil hat to
over
protect
complicating it a little bit.
Nice, doggy.
Don't say that.
His little robots to steal from us, which means he's stealing from you.
I don't have time for this. Get rid of him. I've got turtles to find.
Wait, turtles? I hate those guys. I can help. In fact, I'm already helping.
Explain.
My mousers are destroying the turtles as we speak. 2 of them at least.
So, you make robots. You must be good with electronics.
The
Yes.
best. There's nothing I can't build, hack, or fix.
What's going on? The phone!
I mean, that's a good plan. They're actually succeeding without even having to fight. Well, I guess not anymore.
Plan didn't work.
Worked great for me. Get the chains.
Well, it almost worked. They just should have run
We'll have access to the
faster.
phone in about 10 minutes.
You're wasting your time. There's nothing on it.
It's got a GPS log, doesn't it? Once I unlock this phone, we'll see every place it's ever been.
The Museum of Natural History.
Or the lair.
Even worse.
If that phone tells me where Splinter is, I'll have no reason to keep you alive. And if it doesn't tell me, I'll get the answers out of you. That's what I call a win-win.
Right on time.
Not so
How the fuck did they know where they
fast,
were?
Pam.
I don't know.
And Dexter Spackman?
Baxter Stockman! How did you escape my mousers?
We didn't.
That's a interesting twist.
We're here to save the day, as usual.
Oh yeah. Looks like you guys are doing great.
You tried fighting off 2,000 robots.
It detects radioisotopes. That must be what he's tagged you with.
Oh, how do we get it off?
You can't. It wears off gradually. But if someone else got sprayed, they'd give off a stronger signal.
Is that Mikey? Yeah. Why are you breakdancing? Please stop. Okay, animators, stop showing off. But yeah, okay, so this was an okay episode, nothing too crazy. I enjoyed it, but there wasn't even that much content to even react to, which is why I didn't really have much to say during this episode. It was okay, I kind of like what it was going for with putting the two teams of turtles split off in a way where we have the stronger ones who are better in an actual fight, while putting the other two turtles who are better and more creative with their skills together as a way to kind of show that both groups of turtles have their strengths and weaknesses and that they need each other together to be able to work much better. So So yeah, I kind of like that, but there wasn't that much happening in this episode. Otherwise, there wasn't anything too interesting about it. And sadly, that's pretty much par for the course for this series. It's just action and some comedy, and that's pretty much it. We're never really gonna get the depth the 2003 series has, or the interesting plots that are from that series. And as I said earlier in the video, I watched a review comparison of this series with the 2003 series, and it did pretty much point out why I prefer the 2003 series over the 2012. Because the 2003, the comedy is much better. It's more based on the personality of the turtles, and it's more how to say it? It's not like this one where it's just slapstick all the time and dialogue, and just dumb dialogue and jokes all the time. In the 2003 series, it's mostly serious, but it still cracks some jokes like one realistically would in those kinds of situations. But in this series, a lot of the time this show is just spinning its wheels, because it will introduce some kind of a development, whether it's gonna be something happening to a character, a new character introduction or whatever, but then it's gonna take like 10 episodes to do something about it, and then 10 more episodes until it actually happens, and then 10 more episodes because they actually decided to do it again and they're trying to fix it again. Like, you should definitely check out that video. I don't know what the name of the video was, but it was a really cool review comparison between the two series. I'm pretty sure if you just write it on YouTube, you're gonna find it very easily. If you haven't even watched it already, I don't know. But I completely agree with that. Which is why I feel like I am not enjoying this series as much as I did the 2003 series. I still like it and I still have fun watching it, but it's not as satisfying to watch as the 2003 series was. But it's still great, you know? So yeah, for this episode, I don't really have much to say. It was okay, nothing too spectacular. The most interesting thing to me was seeing how the two teams of turtles were dealing with their own situation and how they realized at the end that they need each other. That was pretty much the most interesting thing for me in this episode. The rest was okay. So yeah, in terms of a rating for this episode, I'm going to give it 7.8 out of 10, I guess. It's okay, but it's nothing really spectacular. So hopefully we're gonna get something more interesting in the next episode. So without further ado, let's get into episode 12. It came from the depths in 3, 2, 1. Is that Letterhead? That's gotta be Letterhead. That's so Letterhead.
In all my travels, I've never seen anything as
You know, the one good aspect of this show that I actually like, that was pointed out in that video that I talked about earlier, is that they actually gave a little bit more of a personality to Leonardo and explained why he wants to be the leader. Because usually he's the kind of shallowest character out of the turtles, because he's just the leader. There's not much to his character, but in this show, it shows him as a sci-fi nerd who loves these kind of shows, and that's why he wants to be a leader, because of the characters in that show.
Space nicks out there.
You never thought I'd feel sorry for the Krang.
You shouldn't. See?
Krang, in what place can be found? The power cell that Krang wishes to find a place of.
Help him, you dumbasses! Don't just stand around.
Help him.
Thank God is a strong word.
Mikey, we don't know anything about that guy. He could be way more dangerous than the Krang.
That human
So?
dude needs our help. I
You
can't wait
said it
around
yourself, you
guys.
don't know anything about him. Help him and find out.
I can't believe we let him talk us into this.
Aw, look at him. He's so peaceful.
That's because he's out cold.
Whoa, what are those for?
We can't keep him here unless he's chained to something really big.
That is so wrong. He's not gonna hurt us. We're the ones who saved him.
Uh-oh.
See? He's perfectly calm. I bet the first thing he's gonna do is thank us. Or maybe the second thing. It needs our help.
It's a dangerous monster.
Raphael, there is no monster more dangerous than a lack of compassion.
Hell yes.
My mistake.
We're doing
My
to him
mistake.
what everyone else does to us.
See,
Judging him by
this
his
is the crap I'm talking about with this show. It just cannot not joke.
But he was fighting the Krang master.
This was a nice
It's like
moment. He
you
said,
always say,
"There's no
"The enemy of
worse
my
monster than
enemy
compassion,"
is
and
my
had to joke
God."
about it.
That is not exactly what
Doesn't
I
that
said.
ruin it for you?
But what's this
For
about
me,
Krang?
it's
They
really
were trying
annoying.
to force him to tell them where they could find some.
And
But we're still chaining him up, right?
of course, I am compassionate, not insane.
Okay, that was a good joke. That was a good joke. Why couldn't the show be more than this? It's like those Marvel movies. It's like the Marvel movies, and it's the same reason why I don't like Marvel movies. Because they just don't know when to stop.
If an alligator
They
wants
just
to
don't.
hide something, where would
You have a good scene and you ruin it with a dumb joke.
Alligators love to drag their...
And nothing will heal you faster than my world-famous pizza noodle soup.
This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
Really?
All right. Somebody finally likes my cooking.
Aw.
Sometimes it's good to be a short term.
Says the guy who in the literal next incarnation of the TMNT is like the biggest one of the bunch.
This thing's putting out some power. Why am I the one that always has to touch the weird Krang stuff?
Any idea what they would use it for?
With the right components, it could power almost anything. Flashlight, blaster cannon, city on the moon.
Why would the gator even want this thing?
Let's bring it back home and ask him.
Great, but who's gonna carry it through the water? Oh, man.
How was your day?
It started out awful.
Yeah, you were attacked by the Krang.
Mikey!
My bad. Bye, buddy. Cleansing breaths. Cleansing breaths. Cleansing breaths.
He's good at this.
You know you're in a safe place now, right?
Yes.
My brothers just want to ask you a few questions. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes.
Okay.
Leatherhead is my favorite
What is it
character.
that you guys wanted to ask?
Where is Michelangelo?
You don't think he went after Leatherhead, do you?
He
No,
did.
Only an idiot would. Oh boy.
I mean, he's right. Leatherhead needs help.
Leatherhead!
You people are being incompassionate and not understanding of him. Fuck you, honestly.
Quick, barricade the doors!
You okay, Litter? It's funny we have these chainsaws in an episode with a character called Leather.
You hurry up, I got it!
It's like a zombie apocalypse. Jesus Christ. I think this is moving with more than 88 miles per hour. Holy shit. Okay, So that was a much better episode than the last one. It had emotion, it had action, it had good characters. I love this episode. It's almost perfect outside of a couple jokes which I feel are very much out of place, but that's part of the course for this show. So for me to be able to enjoy this show, I have to look past those moments. And yeah, other than that, it's a really good episode. I loved seeing Leatherhead again. I think we got him much sooner in this show compared to the 2003 series, but anyway, it was still pretty cool to see him again. And he's a pretty cool character here. I like him a lot in the 2003 series. I like him a lot in this one. I hope we're gonna get more of him though. But again, with this show, it's probably gonna take like 20 episodes until we get back to him, so who knows? I don't know. But yeah, in terms of the rating for this episode, I think I'm gonna give it a solid 9.4 out of 10. For me, the emotion and the interactions between Michelangelo and Leatherhead was the best thing about the episode. It's the thing that I enjoyed the most. It had a lot of heart and emotion, and I liked it. It was great. It was great. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the next episode that we're gonna be checking out, which is gonna happen in the next episode of the Nostalgia Trip, because that episode is called I Monster. And if you remember, in the 2003 series, I Monster was the episode that is probably my favorite episode of that show, because it featured the supposedly named Rat King. So I'm curious whether we're gonna have that same thing or something similar in this episode. I don't know, but it's still pretty exciting to wait for that. So yeah, I guess this is pretty much it for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also check out the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge support and help get the channel going. It helps support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!